didn't show up after he actually mentioned something the other day.
Yeah. Someone mentioned Hash. I thought he'd be here. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, chat. Good morning, Fluff. How we doing?
Oh, Jesus Christ, you got to turn this thing off of mute first before you start talking. I'm not doing too bad, but how you? It's one of those mornings. It seems.
Yeah.
So, fucking. Oh, I'm not doing bad. So, good morning, everybody there in chat. I see it's active in there already.
Yeah, it is. Cheers, Johnny, Bud Squisher, Thunder Dan, Turbopotamus, Galaxy, Satai, Dr. Lieb, Double
Nice.
J, Ice,
Hunts a
Fat
lot.
Freddy's, Artman. Holy shit. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Cheers. Good to see you, Sir Huntalot. Agnes, good morning. J5, good morning. Good morning. What is everybody smoking today? Let's hear it in chat.
Oh, I was just reaching. Looks like it's gonna be the Bam 4 for me today. Woo-hoo. This jar has been doing me good, man. It's getting low.
Nice.
Yeah. What you smoking on this morning?
I don't know. I haven't picked out any flower yet. Here. If I open my magical chest of treasures.
Magical chest o' buds.
Mm-hmm. I think it might be one of the Hawaiians because I opened that and they seem to be staring me in the face. So let's go. We'll go with number 3, Hawaiian by Black Widow, number 3.
Ooh, you got some old school mango haze in there. That sounds fun.
Oh, nice.
Pure Michigan. Say that too loud, you have play running.
I'm also gonna grab these dabs that I got here. Oh, we'll do some dabs too.
Yeah.
I figure if we're gonna talk about hash, I might as well smoke a little bit of it.
Hash. Yeah, I mean that's a good idea. Yeah, you sent out that message the other day, and ironically, I had just closed the tab on the on the hash room in our Discord, and you had posted just that beautiful freaking bright ass yellow. Like that's the one that got me, was that color yellow that came out of that was just gorgeous.
Was it the first post that had the blowout, or the one after the blowout?
This is the last one that I see you posted. It said 19 grams of the Durban.
Okay, yeah. So that had two different. That one was fun because you could see the two different presses.
Yeah, man.
So,
and those came out already. Like usually, it reminds me of damn sunshine in a jar. You know what I'm saying? I figure with Durban, Durban doesn't typically, to me, have too much lemony pop forward to it. But does that one?
This is no.
Yeah, I didn't think it would.
Cushy. This reminds me of the Death Bubba.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, good. That's and so for it to be that bright, it almost makes your mind think of something totally different. Mm-hmm. You're gonna be like, "Ooh, this is gonna be nice and uplifting and fresh," and then it's just gonna be like, "Boom!"
Good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody.
So the one that I had before that had the blowout, it was actually even better, and that's what I was trying to duplicate the results I had from the blowout. Which is funny because I rushed that press. I did it quickly. It was kind of a spur of the moment thing. I had some stuff drying, and I was like, I'm gonna press this because there's a lot of small lowers and stuff. So I was like, I'm gonna press some of this Durban and see how it turns out. And the first squish I did that had the blowout, I don't know, you can probably see the color better through the bottom. Like it's almost white. That's flower rosin.
Nice. That's sweet.
So, and then the second one, the post below that where you can see the two, I mixed it up now. It's kind of hard to see. So I put a label on here. I'll open it. I put a label on the bottom, but I did whip those two together. And because the one was darker, the stuff has turned out a little bit darker. But you can still see a little bit of that. Like it's still separating even after I whipped it. Right in the middle.
That one, when you get the light right, you can definitely see that little bit of greenish hue to it.
Yeah, it does have that. Yeah. But I mean, this stuff's it was in the fridge overnight, and it's been out of the fridge for maybe half an hour.
Oh, that's the stuff that kind of makes me hate dabs though, because it's only been out of the fridge a half hour and it's already gooey. Wet. Yeah, it's already that gooey, man. That just means I'm gonna get that shit all over everything.
Yeah, it was hard to get this in the jar without fucking.
Oh yeah, and collecting that stuff can be a nightmare.
This one actually, yes, I do agree with that. I've had lots of flower rosin, specifically the flower rosin. That's a pain in the ass to get off the fucking parchment. This stuff came off really nice and easy. This was super easy to collect. So I don't know if Joel Scott's in here. I haven't seen him yet, but my friend, that Durban Poison Cut is a fucking squisher. I got 21% return off of both presses, over 20%. Nice. So
damn,
yeah, it's a good one. It's a keeper. I'm gonna be keeping that one around for a bit and squishing more of it.
Oh shit! Well, good morning, everybody.
Cheers, Jeffro. Cheers, high and tight.
What's everybody smoking on this morning?
Well, we went through. I got the BAM 4 this morning. What are you smoking this morning?
Well, we're talking hash, and I saw Colton bringing out some rosin. This is one of the jars from that botched press that I talked about before. Look how it just turned out.
Man. It's almost got like a pink hue to it. Or is that just the light? It looks like it's got like a pinkish hue to it. That's wild.
Yeah, it's not very pink.
Nice.
It's,
but light.
Yeah.
Cheers, Nova.
Trust
that is a nice full jar, though. That's for damn sure. Yeah.
There was 3 of these.
Holy fuck!
Yeah, I just finished one.
And now, did you say that was a bubble press?
Yeah, this was the botched bubble press that I did that I was talking about before.
Right. And what happened to it? Did you just blow it out?
So that bag that I had when I was pressing, first of all, I didn't double bag it. Rookie mistake. Right. Secondly, the way I folded it, I didn't actually fold the excess inside. I just like folded it over. Yeah, folded it over. So what ended up happening was I don't know, it's like fucking if I had a bag here, I'd show you. But so basically, this is the bag, right? I had it folded over. When I started pressing, the top part started coming undone.
Unrolled it.
Yeah. Shit. So by the time I was done, it was fully flat, but there was still rosin coming out from this side too, but majority of it poured out over here on the opening.
Oh, damn.
Morning, Thunder Dan. What's up, bro? But with that being said, it's still fucking good. The consistency's different. It's a little bit more like
shit. Like crumbly, like a crumble, like a wax or a crumble.
Yeah. kind of like but it's very like moldable. You can get in there and just like mush it around, roll it up into like a little ball. But it's still
so like that earwax consistency.
Yeah.
So that's interesting because that's how let's see, I've got one here. Okay, so that's my 120. That was that dry sift we did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and here's the trim. This is my trim bin that I did right before we did those dry sifts.
Ooh.
With the bags. And the trim bin dry sift, which is, it's essentially all the same material as these other ones, but the trim bin dry sift turned out more like that. Like I could take a scoop out of this and roll it in my palm and make a log without it sticking to my hands too quickly.
Nice. I like that.
The others are like, they're gooey still.
I like that consistency, man. That waxy. If it's easy to deal with. The only thing I feel like I dislike about it is usually it tastes a little waxy. Like, you know, you get those fats and lipids from that, and you taste it inside that. Look at that pretty little ball.
A little dab bullet.
Oh, nice.
A little dab.
That was just that little chunk right up here on top. Boop, boop.
I found some. I remembered I had something a little different sitting here. So we have some sweet tea bubble that we're throwing in here this morning. Yeah. Thank you, Ty, for that.
Hell yeah.
He's with me, man. He's a big fan of that sweet tea that Sub did. I actually just sent him the last that I had because he is gonna. Sounds like he wants to try to open pollinate it, so which would be fucking bitching. I am totally down. I love that strain. Smell. It's a great daytime smoke. It was never one that was like super fucking smacky in your face. At least not for me. Like, wasn't gonna win any goddamn awards except for fucking flavor. So goddamn good. So
nice.
And you know, I kind of take that from the perspective of you know, an old head like myself. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not expecting a lot of things to fucking really knock me the hell out. Right? That time is probably long gone, or at least a tolerance break can be needed before some of that shit's gonna happen. But so a lot of that stuff, you know, you are just kind of, especially, you know, halfway through the day, you're just smoking flavor anyway. So, but it always does seem to keep me well medicated. That is one of the decent. Is I definitely feel good, you know, happy. I'll take that every day, man.
Cheers, Julie. Cheers, Josh. Devil Driver. I've got right now I've got one Pablo's Private Reserve, which is Devil Driver by a Pablo strain. Never tried it yet, so I'm excited to see that flower out. And Huli, I agree that strawberry would make some fucking that would make some nice rosin. Mine, I'm pretty sure mine was a bit sandy too. That might even be a decent washer if I remember correctly.
I definitely have to say it was interesting when I've pressed. So I've only ever, I haven't really messed around too much pressing, period. But when I have given some of the BAM to people, most of it came out kind of that waxy kind of consistency. And there was one or two that came out just like straight soft. And I was very curious about that. Now, I don't know if that one just, if that was a temperature one and, you know, would have been not as saucy outdoors. Or, I mean, you know, had it not been so warm. But it's fucking, they all taste the same. You know, they're all right. They all hit right in the pocket. It's just, it was interesting to see that, because I think it was Clay's press came out more runny and more liquidy. And then Dan had pressed some, which it came out that waxy consistency. some of the ones that I pressed there at camp came out kind of waxy like that. So it was I think even Artman was getting that kind of waxy consistency. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's just that one outlier, and it makes me wonder if that was the difference in the grow, the quality. I'm not sure. What would cause that one difference? Obviously.
Cheers, collective.
The
Cheers, Purple Thumb.
Man, bringing the presses over to boot camp has been fucking fun. Cheers, Purple Thumb.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because especially for somebody like me, who I just man, I'm not good at it. Hell, even with you guys helping me, you can see just I'm terrible at pressing that.
Dude, it's fucking cool though, because we can just sit here and be like, yeah, look, the flower smells great. Now let's press up, let's press a little bit of the flower and see like what it smells like afterwards. And then first of all, fucking G-Bay. Shout out to G-Bay with the golden hand. Fucking just comes down here and is like, here, let me just push out 20% each press. Doesn't matter which strain it is.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we need to get that dude like a job with some high-end fucking rosin maker, because he's definitely got the golden arm when it comes to that press handle.
Mm-hmm.
That's for damn sure.
As a matter of fact, how about a Daft Frog? Shout out to G-Bay.
I thought you were going slow on it, so I thought I'd hit it faster. Yeah, that worked.
Yeah, I'm over here like, it was nice not pressing buttons. Here's everybody.
Oh, Josh, what temperature were you pressing that Trimbium keef at?
So,
that's one of those things. I don't mind some of the darker rosins and resins and things like that. I like it to be a little more sedative, and a lot of times that stuff is either very CBN or just that dark is kind of hits you a little bit, that stonier effect,
Mm-hmm.
and for the most part, I don't mind that most of the time.
what hash do I smoke before?
2 more lines, Magpie. 2 more, and then you'll be good.
Cheers.
175 on the bubble. That's not bad. I go lower with dry sift or with bubble with hash.
I'm usually in the 160 range.
I've taken my temps up for flour though. I'm pressing at 180 for flour. And I just in the last 2 days have learned with flour, I like to go hotter and faster. Or less time, I should say. Not necessarily faster, but less time.
Yes.
I need to get a damn press just so I can do these things and have an opinion on it. I have an opinion on the after smoke, but what about doing it faster and a little hotter seems for you to help with the flour, or what do you like about that?
Well, I literally that picture. So anyone that's in the Discord can go see the picture I posted that Fluff mentioned earlier. It was of this Durban poison I pressed a couple days ago, and you can see the 2 different. I put it in the jar before I whipped it together, and you can see the 2 different. I pressed the same amount, well, essentially the same amount, 10 grams in one, 9 grams in the other. Same temperature. One I did low and slow. One I did faster, and the lighter one came out faster with the same yield. So I would rather have a lighter rosin, because I know, like, for me, most of the stuff I press does darken up afterward, after it's sitting in the fridge for a while, it does get a bit of color. It gets a little bit darker.
Oxidized.
Yeah, it starts oxidizing or whatever. So,
was that?
But I feel like it keeps more terps in it for me.
Who was that?
Slower.
Was that J5 just said that? Yeah, right there. He said, I think the key is getting it out of the bin and in the bag as quick as possible. And I think that's right. G-Bays was kind of talking the same stuff. The faster you get it, like you leave that stuff in the trim bin from, the night you're trimming and go into the next day, you've already had significant degradation in your trim. So getting it kind of stored quickly, I think is absolutely definitely, because I definitely noticed that because all I really smoke for hash around here is I'll play around with what comes out of the trim bin, right? It's free, it's there, it's easy. I don't screw around. It takes no time for me. So
and this one that came out like really light, this flower rosin, I pressed this right off the fucking plant. It was at like 6 days of dry time, 6 or 7 days of dry time. And I trimmed it right off the plant, pushed it into the pre-press and squished it. So it didn't sit, it didn't go in a jar, nothing. It went right from the dry room to the press, essentially. So I was really happy with that one.
I think you have something with that, Clay, and I think that comes down with the same thing when I look for a plant that stores well. I think you're just really looking for that trichome and that plant that all around that just kind of can sit there. It doesn't oxidize quickly. Definitely is a key. And I don't think that's every plant. I don't think you can make it every plant, but I definitely think some of these grows can get there to where you just have a little more of those. I'd say uneducated guess. You're probably just something where you're pushing a little more fats and lipids to those plants to where it doesn't. It creates a real nice sturdy layer on the outside of that trichome that allows it to not oxidize quite as well. That'd be my mostly uneducated guess.
I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I was gonna sit here and say, like, we had this conversation before, when you were doing that dry sifting through the bags, bouncing the bags, calling a half dry, or like 3/4 dry, because you're going from straight from hanging it to jars, right, or trimming. So why not go from hanging to trim bin to sift it?
Yeah.
Well, so with this one, this is an interest. So my understanding is, if you got any color, so you have the two kind of the color range it can be is that kind of clearish, beigeish, tannish, up to like brown, right? That's when you're either burnt or whatever. But if you have any tinges of other color, right, your greens, pinks, purples, that to me would, in my understanding, be the indicator that you have plant material inside. So,
I think to Dan's point and to J5's point, it seems like it's really not all, but largely dependent on timing.
Yeah. I mean, for sure.
Pull any plant early and press it, and you're going to get lighter colored rosin. You could let it go more mature, you're going to get darker rosin.
Right.
Yeah, I know there was a while where purple, like Clay was pointing out, the trichomes itself were actually showing colors in the rosin.
So, right. And that's when you got to have like you said, it's got to be where that color has come into the trichome, because you see lots of people washing and they'll show the water and the water's nice purple or pink or whatever, but then the hash is normal, but that's from the plant material. So It's
right.
I've been seeing a little bit more of the actual purple hash coming out where that color's made its way into the trichome.
Wasn't there a while that someone was doing an extraction process to the point of they were coming out with what, purple diamonds or blue diamonds?
I think I saw purple diamonds.
I've only ever seen the like close up photos of somebody, like Zoom Gardens or something like that, where they were showing the trichome starting to fill with like purple.
Yeah.
But I've never seen. I mean, obviously I've seen purple rosin and shit like that, but I've never seen like the diamonds colored or anything like that. That'd be pretty neat to see actually. Looking,
I would think that the color would have to be added back into it somehow with the anthocyanins or something, because I thought from the process of making the diamonds, it burns off any color stuff. I don't know what the fucking words are. Color stuff. Yeah, the purple's cool to see in the trikes. You see it more where it starts to go up the stem or the stalk of the trichome, not quite as often where it actually gets into the gland itself. But that's where we're starting to see, I think, more of the purple hashes when that's actually starting to go all the way to the trichome, to that gland, to the head, and not just in the stalks.
Animation.
all right.
Changing the pH.
Changing the pH. Okay, interesting. Cheers, Weed Nerd.
That'll be the next evolution of fuckery that they're going to have to start doing with these, is as they're now making your products and extracts and isolates, and start changing, and whatever environment that they put the rosin in will start changing and driving the way that shit is. I can see, you know what I mean? So for something like that, if pH affects, well, then you got to imagine it's also going to affect the medicinal factor or the high or whatever in some way, shape, or form also, right? You can't change anything about it without changing that aspect, right? It all kind of works together. So it'd be interesting to see them fuck around with that stuff and really see what happens. I mean, we're already starting to see that change. There are all that experimentation and things, right? Like just in the time that we've seen rosin come out, right? It was just, when it started, it was pretty much, alcohol, flood it through, let it evaporate off, and keep with, that hard shatter on the bottom, kind of how it started. And then we figured out the pressing, and then you figure out the temps, and then now, right, if you fuck around with the pH, maybe you can change the color, maybe you can change the effect, maybe, so. But yeah, so what else, right? Freeze drying it, making sure everything's nice and cold. And so anyway.
It came up the other day actually in Elevated's Morning Live. They were talking about the clear rosin that was coming out. Did you see that holographic rosin? Yeah, clear rosin that was coming out, and someone was trying to tell everybody in the group that all you have to do is vacuum seal your bags before you press them. And I was like, no, what's that? What's that changing? It doesn't do anything. You're just getting the air out of between your buds or between your trichomes or whatever.
Yeah.
You're essentially just condensing it more. Fucking just vacuum sealing it doesn't do anything.
I'm interested. Clay just threw that thing in there about the cryo cured buds. And I know, they've got the big thing with some of, I don't know if it's still happening, but they used to like nitrogen seal packages too, to where they're making sure that you have that zero oxygen atmosphere to be stored in. Now, I don't know about the cryo curing. It sounds interesting, but it just seems, I don't know, man. How do you get rid of the chlorophyll? Like at that temperature and everything, like where's the chlorophyll going? It's got to kind of stay there. Like you can't gas off at that temperature, I don't think. have to look into that. But anyway, I think it's a neat process. I'd like to try some of it. But it's one of those I'm not going to go to the dispensary and buy it type things.
Somebody do it.
How is that work? Like, have you guys seen anything in the process of cryo curing?
No, I haven't seen anything of that.
I have not. I don't know.
I mean, to me, I guess it's the old guy in me. I'm just going to keep it old school, man. It's you hang it up, put it over there, make sure you do it right. Your weed comes out fucking fire. Like all of that crazy ridiculousness to buy another thing and just put more fucking money into it is not what I'm looking for. You know, if I can't figure out how to do the process the way the process is meant to be done or has been done, you know, through history, then shit, maybe I shouldn't be doing it. But
who are you talking about, Noof? I didn't see that. I missed something. Who's he talking about? Anyways, I haven't. Have you guys seen that cotton traits that Tom mentioned? Looks like cotton candy. That'd be super. I could see how they do it if they're actually doing it like cotton candy, where they're just fucking somehow spinning the concentrates and shooting out fucking strands of it. That'd be
well. How do you make cotton candy?
It's melted sugar that's spun really, really fast, and it makes fucking strings as it's shot out of the thing.
So if you drop in infused
if you
sugar,
had rosin, well, oh yeah, I guess. Well, that would be edible concentrate though.
Well, but you know, once that shit spins around, I feel like you're gonna just end up shooting the rosin all over the walls of the cotton candy maker.
Well, I'm not saying.
No. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of how to make it like you, and because that would be
pour
shit.
a gallon of fucking rosin in there to make it.
Although it makes me wonder if you made
or something that lined it, right? Whatever your catching vessel is, you got to have something lining it to catch it. Yeah, another way to whip it. Exactly. I was pretty close to making cotton candy with mine the other day, probably. You put your dab tool in the drill and whip with that shit, and you can get away from it pretty quick if you're not careful. That would be great if they were edible. Okay, now somebody needs to make rosin cotton candy.
Right? Sounds fucking bitchy.
We need to get lobster.
Well, I was just thinking, man, I watched this thing the other day, and somebody was like, they fried bacon and then put fucking popcorn kernels in that and then pop the popcorn.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So why can't I take my infused oil, bam, make some fucking infused popcorn?
You can. Absolutely.
Right? There's no reason. The only thing I wonder is if it gets too hot, right? Because you got to get it fairly hot before the popcorn pops.
Okay.
And I just wonder how much you ruin. You know, because you're gonna get it fairly hot. But I don't know. I may have to try it. I got one of them little like I don't know, it's a popcorn rotator. It like does it for you. You just pour it, and I don't think it gets as hot. I don't think it gets as hot as it would on the stove. So I may have to try it in there. But I think you're just gonna have some really weedy tasting popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do have a pressure cooker, Noof.
Cheers, G-Bay.
Can you make popcorn in a pressure cooker?
You should be able to.
I don't know.
Maybe I should get one of them cool.
Anything in a pressure cooker.
Get those fucking rice spinny things that they.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Have you seen them fucking rice spinny things that are super aggressive, and then you fucking explode popcorn out of them?
Yeah, blow it into the bag.
Fuck yeah! Have you seen the one where the guy's like, he's got like a big industrial size one, and he is ready to fucking blow it back, and like the wheels weren't locked, so the machine just fucking.
No, I haven't seen that. Oh shit! I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, that was a funny one, but I bet that would work, dude. That because they don't put much heat in that thing at all.
No, it's a little tea candle just spun around it.
Yeah, it's only like a fucking 15-second heat or something like that.
Yeah, it's not very long.
Right?
It's just the pressure, right?
Oh, I like this, G-Bay. Let's do that. Abs up, motherfuckers.
Oh, let's fucking do it.
Oh, wait.
Oh, well,
We'll have to
gotta be
double.
prepared, man.
All right. I was
mean,
trying to get prepared. I was literally
it is Tuesday.
getting my stuff.
We haven't had a good old fashioned double in a while.
Yeah, that's right.
So prepare for 2.
I mean,
Okay,
noob, if you want to take the easy way out, you can just put infused butter on your popcorn. Try and do it the hard way, damn it.
That's true. That's true.
I was trying to do it more. Ooh, let's say this. I was trying to do it the healthy way and not have to add any butter to the popcorn.
Well, that's fuck.
Yeah, I'm full of shit right there. Yeah, fuck all that. Right? Oh, excuse me.
What is that?
Or I was thinking of the double infusion method where you got to infuse it both ways. That way, you know, one little thing of popcorn gets you schmammered for the fucking movie. Saying,
Imagine just taking like one of those inflatable projection screens to booth camp and then just like get some infused popcorn for everybody.
If I'm able to make it out this year, I can bring the fucking blow up screen and the projector.
What the fuck? You got a blow up screen and a projector?
Yeah, man.
You're fucking.
We bought a fucking outside screen to because we got a big pool and we were gonna watch like movies out in the fucking pool while we were hanging out.
What's a blow up screen?
It's just an inflatable fucking screen. So it stands. You can stand it up anywhere.
Oh shit! I didn't know they had those. That's fucking cool.
Yeah. See, now what we need is like all the Cheech and Chong movies just to be running on fucking loop.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, Dazed and Confused classic.
I was just gonna say that. A little fucking Dazed and Confused. Maybe some oh my god, I can't think of the fucking movie right now. Why does the name not come to me now? What's the other one?
Who's in it?
I just saw Hardcore's comment. If there's no butter, it's just packing material.
Truth.
It's funny.
Truth. Oh, the one that's got Dave Chappelle and the fucking guys. And why can't I think of the name? Fuck it.
Half baked.
Thank you. Yes, half fucking baked. Yeah, it must be Ty's fucking bubble hash. Apparently, it just struck my memory from my brain.
You're past half baked. You're full baked. So
I think so. I think Mr. Nice Guy just had a fucking meeting with me.
Man, the one thing I don't like about the flour, well, it's not that I don't like it, it's just a little bit annoying, is every time with the flour rosin, it leaves a fucking, I always get a char on the inside of my bowl. I have a shitty bowl. It's old. It needs to be replaced, but still, it's fucking annoying. Because my hash rosin it leaves a little one, but I can do like 2 or 3 dabs before I gotta like scratch the fucking char off.
That's I love the flour rosin. I like the character that the flour rosin brings. You know, so I don't mind it, but I have found the same thing. I don't put it in any electronic devices or anything that has kind of like an atomizer or a vaporizer inside of it, because it just chars shit onto it. You get so much carbon buildup, and so that's pretty much. And same with like the bangers and things. You know, I pretty much just use like the cheap dab straws for it, so it makes me perfectly happy.
Now I'm wondering, I dab with this thing on its lowest setting. Maybe I should crank it to its highest setting and see what it does. I don't think I've ever hit this thing on its highest setting, to be honest.
Yeah, it's gonna burn.
Let's do it. I'll do it. We'll do it for fun, for science.
for science.
And then you two will have to finish the show because I probably won't be able to talk after that. So that'll be fun. That worked pretty good.
You got this, Fluff. As a matter of fact, just take your time while you show off your plans.
Oh yeah, hey, we can do that. We can go in there. I mean, not much difference has happened since fucking Sunday, but I guess there may be people here who didn't get to have an update.
I wasn't
walk
here
us through.
Sunday, so
Yeah,
we had shit going on. I was busy Sunday morning.
Do it.
high settings equal more coughing.
Yeah, we're about to find out.
Ooh, I don't know. I've always been a fucking. You know, one of the best things I ever saw was when, like, nails, like when people were first really starting to dab, you know, on the titanium nails, the glass nails, those kind of things, on pieces and stuff. And I saw an interview with Sid from Slipknot, and he's a big dabber and shit. And
That's funny.
that's the thing that he always said was red means go. So that motherfucker, he literally loved fucking red hot dabs. And I was like, oh God, just thinking of how bad that tears up the throat, the lungs. And I think they've actually figured out it's actually bad for you, like carcinogenic smoke and shit, because it fucking gets so much heat into it. But yeah, just something I've always thought of every time I think about it. Fucking red means go, hit that shit. And that's what, like, all of the obviously with all the vaporizers and things, or the electric dab tools, like most of them, the highest setting is red, right? So red means fucking go, bud.
Man,
I think the highest one on here. Oh fuck! I keep going past it. The highest one on here is yellow.
Really?
Yeah. There's no red though on this Dr. Dabber. Yeah.
Because
there's no red.
Is there? So it should be.
No, because the only time it turns red is when you hold it down to start your heating. It turns red and then it turns green when it's ready to go. But that's the only thing that's ever red on this.
Is it like purple, blue, like light blue, green, yellow, and white?
Yeah, and white is the highest, right?
Hey, noob, throw some of that rosin on top of that flour and then hit it.
There we go, white.
And then you can make that half-ass flour better.
This is gonna hurt.
That's what I'm saying. That I've done it. It's hot.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
I'm gonna wait till you go in your garden.
Oh no, we ain't doing that. I'm standing right here. We're waiting until Colton takes his hit, and then I'll turn the camera on.
Well, in that case, I mean,
get it, boys.
I guess I'll take another dab. I might as well. We're here.
All right, we're going for some of the Durban.
So I didn't know it was gonna be fucking raining yesterday. The past couple of days. But why is it right before then? It was like hot as fuck. Hold on. Solo screen. Cheers.
Cheers, man. That's a big one. I just take little dabs.
I know. Hold on a second. Solo.
Okay. What? Solo? Oh, fluff. There we go.
Look at that one. I don't know if the bud will manage to tickle the light, but fucking days up there. Man, look how happy that
is. Damn.
This is what I was looking for, just about 2 foot smaller. So, but that was my fault. I flipped it I was fucking around when I should have been flipping. So it's starting just now to get some frost. Don't know if the camera can pick it up. So they're not like screaming super frosty yet. My Hawaiians getting there. Yeah, girl. Woo-wee. Love that plane. All right, so But that's a big one, and man, the stem rub on that is very candy right now. Just sweet, super. If I was to say, it is almost a little bit grapey, but like super generic grape, like where it's almost not even grape. It's just kind of like a sweet purple flavor. Kind of what that smells like right now. Interesting. This is just that
good morning.
fucking one that's just kind of here, taking up some space. Same thing. No real terps are coming off of this one either. He's starting to get a little frost on it, but it was a happy plant. Just nothing awesome about it. Kind of same with this one here. Just ended up being a fucking bush, man. Just right, just that's a 70s bush right there. You know what I'm saying?
I know what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
My time.
We've got the other one back there. This one's got that weird, funky, hazy thing going on. Not quite sure. I can't wait to get a little more depth in the flavor to kind of get the better grip on what the hell's happening. But the stack on it is just awesome. I'm gonna have to be careful. I'm kind of glad it's right in the fucking path of the fan. That one, that might be the saving grace for that right there, because it's getting it. It looks like it's gonna be kind of thick with that plant. So, I mean, this one, same. It's building its structure. That's gonna be a pretty monster looking cola right there.
Nice.
This was that come from behind one. It's not filling out quite as well, but she's really trying. She's trying to show me something. You can see a little early frost. See a little early frost coming in. So, but that's also all of those minus the one right here in the corner, which was super late edition. This is all that Blue Thunder Bomb from what does he go by now? Hooligan Farms. But so that would have been Ozark Nation. Yeah, Mike. We've had him on a few times. So that's his work. And we'll see if I end up keeping any of this. If so, it's definitely probably just going to be this big one right here. I've liked the structure of it. I've liked the growth of it. Let's get back here and let's take a good close look at the bud structures.
If you needed to raise the light, do you have space to do it? Nope.
No. I have my lights literally directly clipped to the ceiling. So it'd be okay.
Looks nice. That's fuck.
It isn't gonna. It won't stretch the bud up any much farther than that. You know, it'll thicken up. It'll do its thing, but I expect it to be about right, fucking there. So really goddamn close. But the only thing that may stop me from keeping this one is it looks like it might just kind of stay a little easy. So once these buds really fill in and I see what the structure of it is, that's going to really decide whether I keep this one or not. I mean, for weight right now, that looks like that one would be the definite. Well, now this one probably, see if I can get this branch away from here. This one's really filling out. Long, skinny, stacking hard, but they're in contention with each other, but I really just have liked this one the most. So that one will be the one out of all of these that if it does go anywhere, it'll be that. Especially with that smell I just got off of it, because that holds, I would really like a nice kind of sweet candy smoke around here for a little bit. These are the triangle octane chaos dishes. So it's stacking real nice. Look at those. And just to kind of give you that, these are significantly under the fucking light. So, we could have raised got these up. This is how I wanted everything to look in the room. So these were right on track for me. But the stacks are nice. Little maybe heavy on. I probably could have trimmed a little heavier on some of these to focus more. I don't even know what the hell you guys are looking at. To focus more on this bud, the mains. I probably could have done that, but really, really smelling like the triangle is what I'm getting out of this one. So the triangle locking, I'm super stoked about that. This one, not quite as reminiscent of the triangle octane, but it still has that little bit of funk right there to it. That floral thing that, yeah. So, but looking at the, you're just stacking real nice, stacking real nice. Like I could selectively prune these plants a lot better than I did. I wasn't quite sure about that in the initial trimming of it. So this next time, or the next time that I do run it, I will definitely prune a lot harder on some of these sides that are coming off those main branches. Because with as big as those main colas are going to be, I could just run that way without any smalls. So, but it's got a little bit of a lemony kick to it. This one does a little bit of a lemony kick with that kind of floral thing. So, this one is interesting. Very, very interesting.
Hell yeah, man.
They're looking great, man. Looking real good. Trimmed them up good and hard, as you can see. So I probably, and like I said, I could even go way harder. Like, not even sure how this one here got left. That's no reason for that to be in the fucking inside the lower canopy. That's just one of those things I missed. So next time I come through here, which will probably be this weekend, I'm going to get in here. We're going to do a little bit of a leaf strip, and then come through here and maybe get some of these smaller side buds that I might have missed trimmed up just a little bit nicer.
That thing is like right there.
Oh yeah, man. It really wants to fucking tickle the diodes.
Will you be able to get like a stake to kind of like pull it down just a little bit?
If I need, if I need to, I'll get a stake down here off of this, and I'll just pull it fucking sideways like this. Pull it sideways over here and let it get that.
You get more light down over the lowers, anyways, if you do that.
Actually, it'll open up that middle a lot more.
Yeah.
Actually, so you can get a lot more. Actually, I may have to take it out of the direct light and put it in the pathway of the, or put it in my pathway. Might actually be the best way to do it. So we'll see. We shall see.
Amazing in there.
Yep. I actually, and this isn't for calcium, so I don't want to hear a bunch of people getting silly. But I had ground up some eggshell to get down inside of here. So there's not, I have put minerals and things in here. But the reason for the eggshell is actually for the worms. So when I get this down, that's going to be kind of like the grit for them to get through. I haven't put a lot of that down inside of here. I didn't realize. Stop asking. It's because I fucking hate dealing with a trellis, and these plants are testers, and they need to stand up them fucking selves. I've said it 1,000 times. I never trellis a first run. If something can't even fucking give me the attempt of trying to stand up, then it doesn't need to be in the garden. So, and look at these plants. It's got fucking structure. And it was supposed to be half the size that it was. So I wasn't set up for the trellis because I wasn't going to use it because they were going to be half the size. And then I started fucking around and they got overthrown. So that's what it is. I don't run a production garden in here. Nothing in here is about me trying to see if I can optimize how much I can get out of here. So a trellis means absolute fuck all. That's for getting production. This garden for me is for my smoke. It's for me to test plants, for me to do things. So trellis, I don't like growing with them, period. They always get in the way and they do shit. I've done it because I needed to load up. But and when I run things that I know, when I run my Black Forest in here and I really want to load up on smoke, sure, I'll trellis it. I'll run it nice. But when I'm testing plants, I fucking hate putting trellis in. So there you go. That's why we don't run trellis on it.
Yeah, that's why I like my removable trellises.
Buds will never be on the ground. I don't let them flop.
Yeah,
to the
that's
ground.
why I use it, Clay, too. I'm not production, but I definitely I hate when little branches fucking get heavy buds and fall over. It's annoying.
It's a nice problem to have.
These right here, and that's the reason I've come in here. I've talked about it. And, people give me shit and talk about abusing the plants, but you come in here and when I'm vegging and I'm doing this is literally to strengthen those cells. These are for things to come in here. This branch, if it can't hold itself up by the end, then I fucked up when I trimmed it off, and it shouldn't be here. And that should be going to this huge branch that will not fucking fall no matter what. So part of that is, learning what I want to trim in this garden. But when I've got things like this, other things, like the GG is a scraggly motherfucker. If I knew I was going to be running it or genetics with it, I would set up for a trellis because I know it's going to be fucking scraggly. It's going to fucking vine out all over the place. You know what I mean? But I know that genetic. I run that genetic. I would be prepared because I know it's going to do that. In these, I was hoping, and from the point I've seen them, they were good, sturdy plants. So I'm going to run it like I want a good, sturdy plant to run. Know what I mean?
Yep.
So next run, if I like it, if it stays, and I really want to fucking get something out, or if I've seen there's a problem with it not being a supported plant, then yeah, I will stake it to give it support if it needs it. I believe I just said that.
I have certain plants that I'll actually put a net because I have intentions of training it out and like trying to get it even campy to maximize the growth. But then others I'll just use a bamboo stakes and plant ties, the one with a little cushion on the sides.
Yeah, when those things start sagging, if they start sagging, I have I've got yo-yos that's all set up above the lights where I can just drop yo-yo down, hold it up. I've got bamboo stakes all over here just to stake it up and go ahead. And I am prepared and ready for support. I just didn't want a trellis. You know what I mean? Not for testing runs. Never do. Never have liked it that way. But that's also, I'm now that I have kind of thrown some plants together and I want to see and I want to find some medicine and I want to change some shit around, testing a lot more things to look for possible things to throw into my crosses. So looking into that, two big ass plants, they get a check on the growth, fucking A, those are bad motherfuckers. So it's something that popped in my head. All right, now we got to see it through flowers. It's something that's going to be big, supportive. It's going to grow huge fucking monster buds. What's it going to smell like? Is the trichome coverage going to be there? These are things that I'm looking for now. And with every plant, when I pop a first seed, because now if it's something that's interested me and I pop seed, that means it's very possible that I may carry that genetic back forward or try to use it. So if I'm looking at them that way, I'm going to look at them like I want to look at it, like I want to breed it. Oh
They look
shit, that
fucking
sounded
great.
funny.
Like Flower Girl said, your plants look amazing.
Yeah, I mean they look okay. There was a lot of fuckery that happened in that garden right before I flipped. So they look as good as they can for what I was doing with them.
Here we'll go have. There's a quick peek in my room because I reset.
Nice.
Got some stuff in there.
Yeah, so and that's because most plants are bred with trellises and production in mind, and I'm not really thinking that. I'm looking for a thick stem plant that can support itself. That's part of what I am looking for. So,
Skunk ape, cheers.
and mostly, I mean, if I could think about, taking something, let's I can talk about it.
Solo layout.
Got it. I got it.
Look at it. If you're talking to us, we can't hear you.
Yeah, not even a little.
Oh, there you go.
I'm fucking baked, so.
Oh yeah, he's big. How was that dab, by the way? I can see you dying. Nobody
Everyone that told me to fucking do the hot dab, we are friends off for a while. That got me good. So yeah, we're just like 2 days flipped now. No, 3 days. I don't know.
3 days in now.
Yeah, something like that.
We'll call it 3. 3's good.
But this is the most that I've ever flowered at once.
Oh, really?
I was just gonna ask. This looks awful full for you. So how many plants are we looking at?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nope, 10.
9.
2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Oh, 9.
Nice. And
So,
now, how many are like the same?
None of them. No, all right. There's a couple. There's a couple that are the same, but they're different phenos, but they're not. It's not the same cut. But so I moved the tent away from I had the tent frame right against the wall before.
Yeah.
So I pulled it about a foot away because I was touching everything was always touching the wall. So I figured I'd give it a little bit more room.
Nice.
Oh, to stretch your legs, but so we've got. Okay, we'll go around. That's Bagels and Locks from Genetics. So I've grown this one a whole bunch of times, and I think this is the last time. I didn't take a clone, and I don't think I'm going to take a cut. So we're going to let that one go. It's great, but it's really stretchy. Like there's a lot of space between nodes, and they're not huge buds, but they're nice. They're frosty, but yeah, we're going to let it go just to make room for other stuff. This is Donatello. It's right here. It's got these giant thin fingered fans on it. And then Sweet Island Pine. And Sweet Island Pine there. Blueberry Cookies. This one is the Pablo's Private Reserve. And then right here, we've got Antwerp, another genetic. This is Tropicana Cookies by Kosher Kush Press. And then right here in the middle, we have another Blueberry Pancakes. Starting to reach the trellis. There. And then another Sweet Island Pine right here. And then this one is the Chocolate Peaches by Daryl Strawberry. And it's got lots of one kind of main top and a bunch of nice secondary tops. So that one's gonna grow nice. This one grows big, chunky, dense buds. So that'll be a nice one. Yeah. So, and then I've set this trellis up where I can raise and lower this just by sliding the zip ties where it's on there. You can see I've kind of got it slanted a little bit because this one is stretchy. This one's not super stretchy, but I know the branches are going to fucking fall over. So I want it to reach up to the trellis.
Dude, man.
There's a couple tops coming through already. So I think I can lower it down if I need to a little bit more to get the tops in there, but
You're only a couple days in, man. I think you got plenty.
Yeah.
I think the bigger problem you're gonna have is the one back there that's already well into it.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I've grown this one before with no support, and I flowered it pretty close to the same height, and it flopped over when it was about 3 or 4 inches from the light. It started to flop. So I've spread all these out, so you can see like this top is from way back over here. So when I put this in here, I flattened everything out, and it's already kind of started to come through. Like this was when I put it in the other day. It was literally all kind of looked like that, like flattened out, and it's already started to come through. So it's definitely going to need the trellis. I might even actually pull in the. I've got a trellis panel that I made, the square one. I may even come and hang it right above it if I need to.
That might be a good one for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially I've run some when you've run the trellis and you get I've expected to have like a set at the height where you're at, right? And I expected it to kind of be good there, and the plant blew up over that. But it was like you said, the plant could support itself. So it supported like the middle of the plant. And so that the top was fine and it was fine, but then everything else under it was able to catch up, be in the net on the tops where it wanted to flop over. So it worked out pretty good.
It looks fucking great in there.
Yeah, man, you definitely have got it trimmed up nice. Dude, fucking rock. Now, are you? Is there another day like you'll come in and trim like later, or was this kind of like you do one main flower trim, send them in?
I normally go a bit heavier when I flip with the bowl, but this was I had to because I was cleaning up after my thrip problem at the end of my last run, so I tore this whole room apart. I cleaned everything. I treated these plants for probably 5 or 6 days as I was cleaning this room and spraying these plants in the other room. And then I'm still actually going to give them a couple more sprays since we're only in the first week. But yeah, I was in kind of it's been a bit of a rush. Like we've been super busy with life shit and other shit. So I was trying to get all this stuff moved over because I need the other room for veggie starts and for other stuff. So I didn't really strip very much. I mean, I kind of came in and I cleaned, I lollipopped some of these things in here, clean them up to the tip, but I've definitely left more fan leaf than I typically do, which is kind of funny because it's more plants. You would think that I'd strip more to make more light penetration or better light penetration, but I don't know. I think I might just leave it as it is until day 21-ish, the end of week 3. And then I usually come in and do a little bit more. I look and see, which of these little secondaries or lowers are not making good bud sites compared to everywhere else. So I'll probably come in and do a bigger strip then, I think, this time. Plus, I'm kind of liking all the lush green. Nice instead of fucking bare skinny branches.
That's right, Emmett. Shake them bitches.
Shake them.
Shake them. Yeah. Right, there you go.
You like that, don't you? Oh, you don't. Sorry.
No, you don't. My bad. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, you gotta check this out. I just started some of these seeds on Saturday morning. I started this little tray.
Yeah.
Those are cantaloupes popping. Pumpkins are popping. One Brussels sprout popping. But these zinnias, these are flowers. These zinnias popped in 2 days and like grew in 2 days. They're ready to fucking go.
Pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's it.
I've actually got some apple trees that or apple seed anyway, that I got stuck them in the fridge for, I don't know, 4 weeks. Stuck them in the back of the fridge. Got them out, let them warm up and things, and I didn't know how long I expected them to take to germinate, but it was obviously way longer than I thought. And I threw it in because I was supposed to bring it down here to keep an eye on it, and threw it in like the box where I've got all my mailers. And when I went to go mail some shit out, grabbed it up, and I was like, oh, fuck, I should check on these. I opened it up, and they're in there, grown through the paper towel, got 2 little fucking cotyledons on the leaves, and I fucking let it dry. I've got them out now, and I've got them all planted in one thing. I'm going to see if I can save 1 or 2 of them. But if not, then I just know that I need to be a little more patient. So, because I really wanted to get them out and actually in the ground this year. I think that's where so many people fail at trees. Once you get a tree that's like fucking, 5 foot high, which is a baby tree, when they give you that little 10-gallon or 5-gallon root ball, you got to water the living shit out of that through a season or 2 or 3 to really get that thing to root in. Where if you have that baby, yeah, it might be tender and it might come up, but that thing's going to root to where it needs to. You don't have to get crazy with it. Nature does what it does. So hopefully if I can save any of those, I can get them in the ground this year. If any of them start going, get them in the ground and let them go.
Yeah.
I think originally we had one on the property, and I thought it was a tree that had taken. And so I wasn't even thinking anything about it. And yeah, that season, that fucking thing died, never came back. I was like, oh, well, I wish they would have told me it was a fucking recent transplant.
Oh, shit.
Oh, well. That was years ago, though. So, but that's my failure always is trees. And I want to get more fruit trees on this property. So I think I want to order, a cherry or 2 this year. One that's like a 1 season and ready to go. That way I get it in this year, and then next season I can give me some damn cherries.
That'd be sweet.
Right?
That'd be sweet.
I don't know if I would get any. I mean, between all the birds and shit around here, it'd be a hell of a fight, but you grow it big enough, you get them.
A little bird netting.
A little bird.
It's pretty cheap on Amazon.
And I think that is the thing, is trying to figure out how to properly manage the height of the tree. That's one thing I've never even attempted, was to manage the tree, the height of it and everything, so that, when you go to these orchards or any of these things, they put so much work into keeping that tree small so they can, you can reach all the way to the top, or at least they can with a small ladder after you pick 3/4 of it, type thing. But keep them open and fruiting. And so, yeah, it would definitely be a thing that I'd have to pick up and learn, because I don't know. I've never done it. And I only have the memories of like grandma's old fucking cherry tree and things like that, where, that was a 20-foot tree that was 10 foot around. And I mean, you just climbed up the thing and had an amazing time, where, that's not what I'm looking for now. Now I need a proper fucking tree that I can grab shit off of, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I just had to clean up our crabapple tree was in bad shape out in the yard, so I just took down a bunch of stuff that was basically they were just dead branches halfway up, but they were the biggest, tallest branches, so that it looks pretty funny now. It's got all these younger growths coming up where you can see where I lopped off all the big, thick branches.
Yeah, I've got to get out this season and manage my magnolia. That when they planted it, they put 2 of them in, and then they topped it pretty fucking early, and so it came up as a nice bush, like that's about 8 foot high is what it's supposed to be, but now it's about 15 foot high and kind of scraggly, you know, because all the branches that are supposed to be the small ones now are the big ones. So yeah, that's when it just got done flowering. So it should be the proper time to get out there and get it, you know, pretty soon. So, but that's one that I've got to get all taken care of. I mean, I love that magnolia is so cool when it comes up. It's got beautiful flowers on it. And even the leaves got, you know, they've got a lot of character. So, but it's sad. Since I've lived here, I think I've only ever really done any real pruning to it once about 4 years ago. So it's long fucking overdue.
Rootstock to size. Oh, interesting. I wonder what ours would be out there. I think ours this is their third, well, they're going into their second summer. So, I mean, if they've made it through this winter, then we'll see. They should be good to go, hopefully. I mean, they're still pretty small, but
that's also the interesting thing, you know. I want to plant like a seed for a tree, right? I would like to. It just be fun to, you know, do the whole thing the way it's supposed to go. Where, and even if I buy a root stock and a tree to get my thing, I'll probably still at least try to grow one from seed, get it out there, get it going, because I just would like to. But it's definitely very interesting to think of, because I popped the apples, right? And they came from an apple that I was like, ooh, this is really good. It was real crispy, sweet, had a nice color to it, right? And the one thing I know about apples, and I don't know if this is the same with cherries or if it's just a tree in general, but like an apple seed, you pop that shit, your chances of getting anywhere near the apple you're eating are like slim to fucking none.
Yeah.
And I kind of don't care. I just want to see if I can get a decent apple and then on a tree out in my yard, right? If it's not the exact same, I'm cool. But it's cool to think that the options of what might come out of that are so fucking vast. And that's what would kind of be neat about it. The problem is, you know, you're waiting. It's like a 7-year investment to find out that it's a complete and utter fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
I think it's 7 years before an apple from seed. I don't. Yeah. Anyway, but it's a long fucking time to figure out your investment.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I was wondering.
Maybe it's 5 to 7.
Maybe that's what it is. It's 5 to 7 probably.
Yeah.
But then that makes me think about a cherry. I don't know if cherry trees are the same. If it's just generally, like I said, a tree. They're, you know, they have, what are they? Octoploids? They have like 8 sets fucking genes or some shit like that.
I don't know.
Instead of.
Oh, I see plants.
Anyway. Oh, well, we better like add them up here.
Oh, I almost just hit remove right when you put them.
Do that.
All right. So, remember that plant that was having, that looked like it was sickly?
Yeah.
So, first of all, this light's not turning on. So, I got to troubleshoot that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Why no? Did it happen after like the power outage?
I don't know. It's not connecting to the app, so it's a connection issue. But other than that, we're gonna keep looking at some plants. So worry about that. So you guys were talking about lopsided plants leaning. That's me.
Oh yeah.
That is a no joke. She got angry at me. Very. And I think it's probably because I might have refilled the reservoir with water that was outside of the pH range.
That'll do it.
This is one of the blueberry golden goats, like blueberry by Golden Goats from the Good Weed Company, and this shit just came out fucking very nice.
Hell yeah.
Very nice. Not a lot of like sugar leaf built up either. You know, it's just nice bud. You got like the fan leaf popping off and a couple small leaves. Nice fucking bud on that. Ooh.
What's the smell on that one?
Sweet. Like I can't sit here and say for sure it's blueberries, but yeah, it's sweet.
Yeah.
And they're thick. This one, like, really thick too. Dense. But I still have like 3 more weeks to go too. This is ice cream cake by Black Lime Reserve.
Nice. That looks good.
It looks like ice cream cake. Does it have any? Did any of the lime carry through? Is that thing just like fucking just gassy funky?
No, it probably has a little bit of lime to it.
Does it?
But it's sweet.
Like right, you could almost like I would almost think when you mix those, you'd almost get like a key lime pie kind of smell with a whole lot of fuel behind the backside.
I mean, if Kingfisher is in here, still in here, can you let him know? Because I don't know. You know, I'm not the one. This is okay. So this is one of the plants that I did trellis. These 2 are the ones that I did trellis out. Right. This was the Magpie Altered Beast. The main reason why I did want to get this in here and trellis it out is because it does carry the majority of GMO genetics, or garlic could, right? So I know it was going to stretch out if it given the opportunity. So fucking let her filled in this 40-gallon pot, have a Thirsty Earths, 2 each on 2, 1 on each side. And then I just let her fill in every single square. And then she's still holding herself up too.
Kingfish, she was asking the smell of which one? The ice cream cake by
Black Lime Reserve.
Black Lime Reserve. Which one's that one? That you said that one's the
Magnolia Pie cross with Altered Beast.
Magpie Altered Beast. Sorry.
Yeah.
It looked like she's definitely wanting to get some frost on.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, so she took up this whole 40-gallon.
Nice.
Hey, that albino motherfucker there in the back, is that the one you were talking about? You filled the reservoir with all janky, or?
Yeah, because it's connected to the auto pots only. And over here you can see the ones that I've been hand watering.
Right. It almost has a faded look to it at this point. It's not as, you know, it almost has like the plant look to it now rather than just a fucking holy shit. It's you know, now it's faded and it's got some color rather than just, you know, kind of liming out and being dull. So that's interesting.
So that's a no joke.
New.
And this is a no joke one.
There's a nice color on it.
see. Moving over here. What do we got? GG Wedding Mints on this side. And then Banana Daddy Chaos Kush on this side. Number 2.
Nice.
Focus. Yeah, here Kingfisher, the rhinestone. Very bud heavy. Let me get on this side. Better lighting. Boom.
Nice.
Nice bud structure. Very frosty. Very top heavy. They even got a stake in there, and it's just like pulling it down with it. Boop. We're gonna do that. But yeah, it'll be done. Well, my harvest window would be on the 25th. It'll be day 63. And then that'll be when some of these triangle octane chaos cushions will come down. They don't need to go that long. They don't need to go full 70.
That's gonna be a good harvest, man. Cheers, Ruby.
Yeah, it's gonna be a darn good harvest.
Yeah, I should have done better about the pH water over there, and that was my fault. I'm sorry. But yeah, man, everything's doing good.
Yeah. Looks awesome.
That 40-gallon pot, man, is intense. You weren't kidding, Buff.
Yeah, man. I like those things.
All right, get me off the silage.
Yeah, Matt. There we go. All right. Well, here, let's have one more dab fog for the road, and then we're pushing the 1.5 hour mark. So where's the fucking? There's the dab frog. There we go. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers to your garden, Frank. Looking fucking beautiful in there.
Cool.
We got just garden talk tonight as well, Fluff. I'm assuming.
Well, we have no caribou tonight, so
no boo.
So I may either try to pull a guest out of my butt, or we may just hang out. You may have to come join us and talk tonight.
Yeah, maybe we can see what we can do. Cheers, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for hanging out as usual. Much love.
Cheers, everybody.